Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, are you ready for your morning dose of radio superbity? I know you are. And I have a prop. I'm violating company rules, but please note John Yinger and Jamie Schloy and Rob Williams, and that's it, Shanna. I know you're the tattletale. You're not going to escape. Please note that the box is not opened inside the studio. And Sensible Don, will you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the American jury what I'm holding up?
The box is not open, but you can't leave well enough alone, can you?
Can you just tell them what I'm holding up?
The question is, you can't leave well enough alone, can you?
What I am holding up is a box of Captain Crunch cereal.
It's not open.
TC, Captain Crunch.
That is Captain Crunch. Looks like the original Captain Crunch.
People might say, well, why are you holding a box of Captain Crunch? It shall be revealed. It shall be revealed.
When you walked in here, I said, why is he walking with this box of cereal?
We're going to let everybody wonder why he's got a box of Captain Crunch. Wonder. I love that song. Wonder, wonder, wonder why. Who wrote the book of love? The Bulldog did. Sensible Don, once again, 2 days in a row, I'm feeling jacked up on life, only for a totally different reason. Yesterday, it was because I was sleep deprived. Today is because I got a good night's sleep.
It works both ways for you.
Oh, my goodness. And I'm in love still with my wife. It feels good to be in love with your wife.
Yes, that is a good thing.
Isn't it terrible when you look over your wife and say, why the hell did I ever marry you? Because anybody who's married admits that happens. Let's all be honest. I know my wife's looked at me before and said, oh, my God, how'd I get stuck with the Bulldog?
Anyone who's ever been divorced says that, too. You know?
Only on a totally different level. Yeah. Yesterday, Sensible Don, I called for an armed march.
Yes, you do.
And I even made the message even better when I left the studio. Now, here is something, and we're going to get to this. But later in the show, I sent out, this is unbelievable. This is remarkable. This is incredible. I sent out my polish, because I polished it up even a little more, my polish statement about an armed gathering in Washington, D.C. It went out to over 300 media outlets in the country. And let me say a few of those. Fox News, yes. CNN, yes. Associated Press, on and on. Guess how many phone calls and emails I received in light of this?
Give me a number.
0.
Okay.
0. And when we get later in the show, I am going to explain why I did it, the point that I can now make, and it is absolutely incredible. But until then, Don, we got a quote of the day, and it's from JFK, who liked 19-year-old interns and got away with it. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and success of liberty. JFK. That is a great quote. Of course, today, Barack Obama will say, except if you're Syria, except if you're Israel. Obama has exceptions to the JFK quote.
The exception to the rule, huh?
Today in history, in 1885, the Washington Monument was dedicated. Salute. 1945, during World War II, the Battle of Hiroshima, the escort carrier USS Bismarck was sunk by kamikazes with a loss of 318 men. Sensible Don, let's jack wagon up kamikazes.
Yes, they
need to be jacked up. We don't like kamikazes.
Nobody liked them.
I'm kind of like a kamikaze radio talk show host, aren't I, TC? I'm kind of radio.
See, now, do you want to be a kamikaze?
The Bulldog, the kamikaze.
See, there's no happy ending for that guy.
No, kamikazes die.
Exactly.
1960.
There's no sequel.
Exactly. 1965, Malcolm X, 39, was shot dead.
Poor man. His own people.
You know what? Martin Luther King needed him.
Yes.
But he made Martin Luther was able to say, look, I'm not Malcolm.
That's true.
I'm peaceful.
He has something to point to.
I'm peaceful. Famous birthdays, we have two. And I want to tell you something right now. We're allowed, if we lusted for our neighbor, we'd get in trouble. But if you lust for a celebrity, both men and women, I mean, if your wife says, oh, I love Russell Crowe,
right,
it's okay. And we get away with it, too, because, let's face it, our spouses know it ain't ever going to happen.
That's right.
I have a huge crush. Always have had a crush. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I don't know her.
She's
Yeah,
32.
Party of 5.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's voluptuous. I like
Yeah,
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She's got that thing.
And she's a good girl. See, I'm attracted to good girls. I don't like skanks, Don, except for a night.
One good night, huh?
But I'll tell you something. Who likes skanks?
For a night.
I like girls next door.
You only can marry one.
You know what? My first wife was a farm girl. My second wife was a girl next door. I tell you right now, Mary last night made homemade lasagna.
That's good.
Now, she hates when I say this. Today, she's working on Charlie Ann's reception centerpieces. She gets mad when I say it, but we know she's sleeping. She is Martha Stewart, only beautiful and sweet.
Okay, sounds good.
There isn't anything that Martha Stewart has on her. My wife can quilt. She can do stained glass. She can make any craft. She can cook. She knows what every kind of bird is. She feeds a bird. She goes, well, that's this bird. That's this bird. I mean, I can say, oh, that bird's a blackbird. That bird there's a blackbird. Oh, that's a cardinal. She knows, well, that's a swallow. That's a blue jay. This is this. She knows birds. She knows plants. She can do anything in the garden, Sensible Don.
Sounds good.
You could put a rock. You could give her a rock and she could put it in the ground and it would grow a lily.
That sounds real good.
I mean, I'm just telling you, she's incredible. After I said that about Jennifer Love Hewitt, I felt compelled to say those things. Also, birthday today, 56, Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey, he did an outstanding job.
Now, the military deaths today, we have none to report. And today, guess what the forecast is? Showers. Wednesday, mostly cloudy, high 57. And get this, on Thursday, which will be February, 24th, high of 64.
It's a good day.
Yes.
For Fat Tuesday, I think TC's got a song for it. How much time we got to our break?
We still have another 3.5 minutes.
All right, hit the feel-good song, because I think it's
Your
only like
feel-good song?
my feel-good song, because people are dying to know why I got this Captain Crunch box in here. This is a feel-good song for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of my favorite country music artists. It's one of my favorite songs. It's Pure Love. It's a good morning song, too. Captain Crunch! Would you like some Captain Crunch?
No, thank you.
Is that the connection?
Yes.
You gotta
Pure
be
love.
kidding me.
Milk and honey and Captain Crunch on Fat Tuesday, baby.
Boy, I thought there was a build-up.
I've already had 2 custard cream donuts from UDF, from Krispy Kreme. And now I'm going to eat some Captain Crunch. But not in the studio.
No,
I'm not going to eat it in the studio.
Box is still closed.
I'm going to eat it outside the studio.
Oh, please. Step outside the door.
Soft, warm kisses. Good morning. Listen to this. Pure. Sing it with me, Don.
I hope he edits this
Baby,
part out.
it's pure love.
Now, just
Yeah,
if you ever
Captain
decide to
Crunch.
run for president,
Yes.
don't let the video of you dancing get on
out.
YouTube, okay?
I'm never going to run for president. I couldn't get elected dog catcher.
Yep.
I've offended too many people.
Yeah, the
Too many
will
dogs.
destroy you. Yeah.
For 100% pure love.
That's soap, isn't it?
I don't have an idea what he was saying there.
It's
I don't get Ronnie's.
99 and
By the way, do you
44
think, hey,
100s.
is Ronnie Millsap blind or is he faking it?
I think he's faking it too.
No.
I watched
Here we go.
Love.
Baby, it's pure love. Honey and Captain Crunch. And you in the morning. People are going to be dumping Captain Crunch on their woman this morning. Gobbling it up.
No, only on Jerry Springer do they do that kind of thing.
Love. Oh, thank you, TC. Oh, 99 to 44.
That's all you guys get. That's
100%.
it.
You
know-
oh my God. All right. Here I come, Elizabeth. Here I come.
Breathe, heathen, heal thyself. Now, you were asking if he's
What an
really
image.
blind. I heard stories where what this guy would do when he sets up to do a concert or something.
He'd measure his steps.
Yeah, he'd measure his steps from the stage, from the piano to the edge of the stage, and he would run to the edge of that stage, and the people in the first 4 rows would all put their hands
Right,
up, and
right.
he'd stop and go, "Gotcha!"
Hey, right.
And they
I've
just-
heard that. I heard that. He would do that on the
Great sense
stages.
of humor.
You know who's a big fan of his? My brother Seth with cerebral palsy. the one who is like my best part of my comedy act. Seth,
Comedy act.
Seth.
And he doesn't know it, does he?
No, I tell Seth.
Okay.
As I said, you don't realize it, but you're going to make me a star, buddy. Our trip to Vegas was like comedy genius, just waiting to happen. When we come back, we're going to have some more fun with you.
We have some stuff to give away today, too.
We do.
Yeah.
And this is Fat Tuesday, so eat those I'm going to leave here, go eat pancakes. I'm going to eat pancakes on Real Talk 1160.
Make sure you check us out on Facebook. Real Talk 1160 is on Facebook, and you can keep track of your favorite talk show hosts and listen to live streaming. So log on to Facebook.com/Real Talk 1160 and join in. And now join in with the Bulldog.
This is the Bulldog, Eric Deters on Real Talk 1160 with Sensible Don. I just want you to know that Alex, the law clerk, sent me a text late last night saying that she was having extra credit opportunity this morning, and that's why she wasn't on the show. I'll be very honest with you. Alex, the law clerk, seems pretty undependable lately. She's missed several times. Maybe she just doesn't want to do radio.
The child has an education she has to get.
Sensible Don, will you tell the ladies and the gentlemen of the American jury where I ate my Captain Crunch at the break?
I sat in the hall with the door open. You followed the rules. To the
TC, did I not follow the rules?
You followed the rules.
I have become a conformist.
Yes, right. Okay, the day that happens, I will be here.
Yesterday we heard about Nixon and Kennedy doing their little debate the first time. Well, it just goes to show you how. I'm not going to read the story today. I'm just going to tell it. Everybody knows that when they had that debate in 1960, that televised debate, Nixon chose not to put on makeup.
Serious mistake.
Kennedy was dabbed with Max Factor Cream Puff. He had Max Factor Cream Puff. And you know what's funny is everybody that listened to the debate thought Nixon won.
Absolutely.
Everybody who watched the debate thought Kennedy won.
Power of radio.
Max Factor Cream Puff. The power of radio made Nixon look better.
And from that day on, the visual had destroyed politics.
Are you ready for some humor?
Waiting.
I haven't proofed this joke, so if it stinks, we'll blame Sarah. By the way, Carrie did get fired. Carrie got fired. She finally got fired.
When are you going to start doing your own show prep, man? Then you'll know if the jokes are funny. You'll know if the dates are accurate.
By the way, I do my own show prep except for the joke of the day. I said, just find me a good joke.
Okay.
That's dangerous. These are uncensored.
An elderly couple are listening to a preacher on the radio, and the preacher tells the listeners, if you need healing today, I want you to place a hand on the part of your body who needed healed. Then place your other hand on the radio, and you will be healed. I think this is going to be good.
Yeah.
The old man slowly places a hand on his radio and slowly places his other hand down his pants. Upon seeing this, the old woman said, he said he could heal, not raise the dead. Yeah, good job, Sarah. I love them two old guys. Bravo. Sound like politicians, don't they? They started out saying bravo. That was pretty terrible. It was bad. It was awful.
Entirely different story when they get to the end.
I love that. I never get tired of that.
That's perfect.
That was beautiful. Well, it wasn't all that beautiful.
It wasn't that great. It was pretty horrible.
It was kind of bad.
That was lousy. Ooh.
Oh, my
That was
God.
a good joke. That was good.
That was a good joke. Shakespeare for your day, because we like to feed the soul. We got to feed your soul. I tell you, right, what a wordsmith Shakespeare was. Love is smoke made with the fume of sighs.
That's bad breath.
We did that simultaneously without any no planning.
It had to come.
Dog saying of the day: if you're wealthy, you ride the hounds. If you're poor, you go to the dogs. Yeah, baby. All right, you ready to jackwagon some people up, Don?
Why not? And we should be above those.
We'll do one jackwagon for all of them. First of all, Michelle Obama, exhausted from those 17 days in Hawaii, followed by going on all those talk shows, needed a ski trip in Aspen.
All those push-ups, that's what got me.
I mean, she's just exhausted.
Wow.
So she gets jackwagon. We find out today in local news that we got like $2.8 billion in stimulus dollars here. Duke got $203 million of it.
goodness. Why do
for
they get
those
so-
smart meters.
Oh, for the meters.
The media, completely biased. Britt Hume, because he's a Romney bias. And Kathleen Parker wants us all to be sheep. I'm going to explain those. More will be revealed. So those are the jack wagons of the day. Now we have one oracle. One oracle.
Just one.
Alan Beldock is a 92-year-old judge in Queens, New York, and he works for free because they need judges.
Sound like a wonderful guy to me.
Alan Beldock is my kind of guy.
92 years old.
I got to write him a letter. Chuck, remind me. I want to write Alan Beldock a letter. And then we got a new thing we got. We got to come up with a better name for it. You know, we have jack wagons.
Right.
We got oracles. I was thinking like attaboy, but it's not good. It's called hang in there. It's people that are down on their luck that need some encouragement. So I'm throwing it
That's
open.
about 10% of the people.
I know.
The population.
So I'm throwing it out to Bulldog Nation. We got jack wagons, oracles, and then we got to have a hang in there. And I don't know. Maybe it's just going to be a hang in there.
Yeah, could be.
Remember the guy named Lee Steinberg, super agent? He represented Montana. He represented half the quarterbacks in the NFL. He's bankrupt
Steinberg?
at 62, and he's working out of a little old lousy office. He admits now that he was an alcoholic. He would have blackouts, was unreliable. It destroyed his career.
Yep.
And I just want to say to Lee Steinberg, hang in there. And I wondered this question. How many of all those that he helped are going to help him now?
Zero.
Like T.O. T.O.'s had to be good to some people, like his agent. I wonder if his agent's going to help him out.
Zero. No. It's
Turn his back upon them.
It's a cold business.
Are you ready for some pop culture? I only have a little bit. I got two things on pop culture. I already covered Michelle Obama. The only other thing on pop culture is this Sunday night's the Oscars. I love movies, and I say, who the hell cares?
Never look at rewards.
You know the Grammys? I don't care about the awards. I like listening to the music acts. You know, the Oscars, who cares? They're so self-indulgent. And when you compare it to what else is going on, by the way, I like movies because they're an escape. And I'm not going to dog actors and actresses and directors. I love them all. But the award ceremony, who gives a damn?
You keep it.
Right, TC?
Like
I don't know. You know, the Green Water Company.
We can always count on TC to disagree.
Well, I'm just saying the Green Water
What's
Company.
the Green Water thing about it?
Well, they're doing a salute this week to Hollywood. You know, a tribute to the Oscars. So you know, it's kind of an important thing. We're going to be building up for that. Matter of fact, for example, did you know that green water was used in the movie Forrest Gump?
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Tom Hanks says, "Life is like a box of chocolates. I like a box of green water. You never know what you're gonna get." And then Jenny says, "The runs, Forrest, the runs." Remember that part?
I do remember that. Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah.
He who's drinking green water.
Yeah, and he had the runs. That's
You know, I was promoting Fat Tuesday today, and I suggested everybody eat 2 cream-filled donuts, which I've had, followed by pancakes, which I'm going to have, with a slab of bacon, and then wash it down with Radio Superbity, not green water.
oh.
You ate these 2 cream donuts?
Man, I'm not kidding you. I went into UDF to get my USA Today and Enquirer at 4:30 in the morning when you were probably still sleeping,
You got
Don.
that right. Yeah.
And I just said, I got to have 2 cream-filled donuts, custard-filled donuts. It's Fat Tuesday. With skim milk, though. I had skim milk, not whole milk.
Okay, the healthy part.
I'm like those big fat women that drink Diet Coke with their fries and burgers.
Yes.
I like a Diet Coke with that.
Yeah, 32 ounces of Diet Coke.
Sports is weak, man. I tell you right now, sports is weak. Opening day, Johnny Cueto's going to be our starter.
Yeah.
The Crosstown Shootout's been announced. It will continue. Xavier plays UMass at 7 p.m. tonight. My Kentucky Wildcats wife will be happy. Mississippi State at 9. Buckeyes are in Illinois at 7 p.m. And then in NBA, the Nets beat the Knicks. They beat the Knicks. Carmelo came back. Ha ha ha. Maybe Carmelo's the problem. Let me see what else. Opening day parade, which is kind of similar to sports.
And I got a question for you.
I got a call from Shanna yesterday. She's filling it out. My big old black pickup truck, me, Whiskey, the Bulldog Nation flag, and I'm assuming you, Sensible Don.
I'll be there.
We're going to ride in that truck. Screw walking.
Oh, sounds good to me.
Jacob, you got to videotape it, all right?
Sounds good.
TC, can you join us, or do you have to go to your second job?
Which for what? What are we doing?
Opening
What are we
day, April 5th. Mark your calendar, Sensible Don.
Is it the
No,
5th
I
or the 6th?
It's the 5th.
It is the 5th?
We'd
Oh.
love to have you, man.
You know what? I'm there. Matter of
Good.
fact, I'm
Thank
going
you.
to the game. I'm going to be
Well,
at
good.
the game.
Well, good. Ride in the parade with us.
Then the Inquirer, there's a discrepancy.
They'll say,
I'd love to be in the
they'll
parade.
say, they'll
Yeah.
look at you, too, and say, which one of them sounds like the white guy?
Now, see, if we're gonna go there, I'm not riding with you guys with that.
We're not gonna do that.
No. I'm not going there with you guys on that. You know, the last time I was in the parade was 1990.
The last time
baby.
you were?
Yeah, 1990.
Well, you need to come this year because the three of us will have fun.
Well, back to sports. Was there any really chance of them shutting down the crosstown shootout?
No.
Too much money.
Too much money for the schools.
The Skyline verdict. No.
No, it will not be shut. They can fight again this year.
By the way, don't tell the animal rights people, but last year in the opening day parade, I had Whiskey walk the whole route.
No, she didn't.
She got blisters on her little doggy pads. They were bleeding. Her doggy pad was on her foot was bleeding. I felt like an animal cruelty person. I carried her the rest of the way. Poor little Whiskey. So Whiskey's going to ride in the truck today, or April 5th.
Hanging off the side.
The question is whether or not we can trust Chuck Holbrook to drive the truck.
Yeah, that is a problem there.
He's got to go slow
You know,
because there might be people in front of us.
Chuck tries to convince me that he gets up at 7 o'clock every morning and listens to us. You know what I think he does? He sends me a text at 7:05 like he's listening and goes back to sleep.
Back to sleep.
Well, you know, if you can't get to a radio, you can always use the TuneIn Radio app on your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Droid.
Is this break music?
This is break music.
All right. When we come back, we'll have TC's contribution to Fat Tuesday. And we're going to cover some neat things in local news and Mitt Romney's visit yesterday on Real Talk 1160. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160. Bulldog Nation responds. And guess what we have?
What?
It's going to be called the Underdog of the Day.
Sounds good. That might work.
The Underdog of the Day.
I got to point out.
We got to thank Bulldog Nation member Becca for that.
Thanks, Becca. But I got to point out to the folks that listen to us the things that happen when Eric Deters is off the air. It's funny off the air. Why are you eating this box of Captain Crunch like you haven't eaten for a month?
Well, because those 2 custard-filled donuts stretched out my stomach.
Is that what happened?
By the way, Chuck Holbrook's complaining that we're laughing too much in the studio.
We having too much fun,
Hey,
Chuck.
can we shut off somebody's radio from here?
Real
like,
quick.
can we turn down the signal
Chuck's-
to like one person's radio? Can you push a button and shut Chuck off?
Yeah, let's do
cut
that.
him off.
Yeah.
Press that button.
All right, here we go. Now, it's going to, right now. Now, Chuck's not going to be able to hear
All right,
anything.
good.
Building is copying the Bulldog. I can't believe it. I'm sitting there. I said, no, they didn't. Put it
Should
in
I
big-
sue Channel 19
Oh, absolutely. Get the paperwork out.
for using the word rant
That's
on
right.
those
That's
things?
right. But
Now,
no,
wait a
it's-
minute. Did we shut off Chuck? Should we shut off the whole system? I'm not sure which button is which.
All I know
here.
is I didn't hear anything. But that's true about those rants.
Yeah, absolutely.
They talked about those rants.
Yeah.
See, Ben Swan was jealous of my wonderful diatribes that I used to deliver, so he's feeling like he has to do them.
Oh, absolutely. Put big, bold red letters.
Sensible Don in the legal front today. I have 2 items. Just 2. Just 2 on the legal
I'm
front.
listening.
You know what the solution is to almost all regulation? You could throw out 90% of all government regulation, which is there to protect the consumer and there to protect the businesses. They've restricted legal rights. There's mandatory arbitration and employment agreements. There's limits on what you can award. They grant immunity. One thing, all they have to do, let people have their jury trials.
Thank you very much.
It will keep everybody in check because guess what? Fraud and dishonesty then would be held accountable.
Right.
How messed up is it, Don, that we want to restrict legal rights and mandate arbitration, have limits, and grant immunity? It's basically saying we want to protect bad behavior.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculously wrong.
They'll follow the rules if they know a lawyer's coming after them.
Exactly.
Simple as that. They would. That guy's coming after them.
It keeps everybody in check. If all the big banks and all the businesses and everybody knew that they could be sued for fraud and dishonesty,
Right.
it would cut down on fraud and dishonesty. And I mean, it's like police. All right, well, we're going to protect the police for misconduct. What? Why do we want to protect people for misconduct? A doctor screws up. Well, we want to limit how much they can get from you. Why? You're encouraging bad behavior. Makes no sense.
No, you screw up.
An employer. We're going to have a mandate for a arbitration agreement in your employment contract. Why? So the employer can do with what as they will with you.
No.
I'm telling you what, ladies and gentlemen, I do not support monarchy, but maybe I ought to be king for a day.
Let's straighten it out, huh?
You know, we played that fun little game. I started it, King for the day. I've had other people have copied it from me now.
Again, huh?
All right, now I got to read this. We did this Oracle, this American hero, Alan Beldock, 92, from the New York Times. I'm going to read this from the New York Times. He has a white hair and black robe, but this judge is up on the bench in Queens Supreme Court, is a little different than most of the other 1,200 in the state's courts. 92 is paid nothing, not even gas money. After 44 years on the bench, coming to work just about every day is second nature, he said recently. Maybe 130 pounds soaking wet, judicial robe included, leaning back at a desk he uses the courthouse at Sutphin Boulevard in Jamaica. That's Jamaica, New York. If I were not a judge, I wouldn't be doing anything. What would I be doing if I wasn't a judge? What am I even qualified to do? I've been a judge for 44 years. My father was a butcher. I'm not trained to be a butcher. So 4 days a week, Judge Beldock gets into his 8-year-old Chevrolet Impala, which has seen better days, and makes his way to the courthouse. Mondays and Tuesdays, he shepherds damages suits. Thursdays and Fridays, he supervises jury selection. Of course, for most of these 44 years, he did get a check versus a full-time job hearing criminal cases, and later, after he officially retired more than 20 years ago, as a judge paid a daily rate of $300 to handle civil cases. Then the fiscal crisis hit the courts about a year ago. The budget was cut, and a lot of the retired judges who had been $300 a day judicial hearing officers went home. Not Judge Beldock. Beldock rhymes with rock. Like a hearty few other retired judges around the state, one or two in Manhattan at least, and one in Brooklyn, he has continued with more or less full schedule with no compensation. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an American hero. Judge Alan Beldock. Work till you die. Now on local news.
Yeah.
Our $2.8 billion in the tri-state we got. $203 million went for smart meters at Duke. Now I got to ask you a question. Being a good lawyer, by the way, I crucified you yesterday. I got to ask you a question. What was wrong with the meters that they needed to be replaced? In other words, how bad are we being misread by those old meters that we needed smart meters? Second of all, are these smart meters part of the government's plan to watch us? Why are they smart? What makes them smart? Are they watching us now? Is this why they gave them stimulus? They said, hey, we'll give the utility companies stimulus money to install these meters. And then they got cameras and speakers. They might be listening to me and my wife have sex.
Yes, they could. It's on your wall.
I wouldn't mind. I'd be proud of that.
You're proud of that. You want to play it on 19?
See, there's some people they wouldn't want to hear. Others, they'd be saying, oh, good job.
You know what the smart meters really did?
What?
Put a lot of people out of work.
Thank you.
No more meter readers.
That's it. That's it.
Is that what it is?
Eliminating jobs.
They're
That's
smart
what
meters
it is
eliminating
right there.
jobs.
Instead of having 10 people, you got
I knew
one
I
guy
had you in here for some reason.
One guy.
Every once in a while, you got to say something intelligent.
How much gas we saving? We don't have to drive around to the neighborhoods
just
now.
one guy.
Yeah, and
Right
you can do
around
it from home.
No, yeah, you can from a computer at home. That's true.
$267 million went to UC, Cincinnati Public Schools and Children's Hospital for research. I would like to do some research about radio audiences' relationship to the talk show host when the talk show host talks about extraterrestrial things.
I can't understand.
Could I have $100 million, please, for that research?
Well, we need $100 million for research.
I'll get Ed Kluska to fill out the papers.
Research on damage of green water to society in general.
There you go.
We're going to need $100 million just to find out if there are any benefits. It's going to take a while.
I just don't understand any
Why
of it.
do they give money away? For absolutely no reason.
Absolutely nothing.
No reason. Research educate. We've been educating people since the beginning of time. Why would you have to research that?
You know what? If they have all that damn money, why did they take it from us in the first place?
Thank you very
if
much.
they have to give it out like that.
Give it to me. It's mine.
Romney was in town yesterday. Did you see him? Did you get an autograph? What did you think about his comments? Is there any truth that those employees were threatened with being fired if they didn't show up? And is there any truth that they made the elevator at Great American stop on the fundraiser floor? I want to know.
All true.
All true?
All true.
Mitt Romney attacked Obama. I'll repeal Obamacare.
Oh.
Mitt Romney is sinking.
Is he going? But Newt's trying to come back.
Santorum is up 10 points on him nationally, up 4 in Michigan, and Romney had a 25, 26-point lead in Arizona. It's down to 4. I tell you right now, he's lucky the election isn't today.
Yes.
He has a week to spend all that money.
You got stack
Robo Romney.
But Newt's the man now. He's going to bring gas down
Newt's
to $2
gone.
a gallon.
See you, Newt.
Wait a minute. He's bringing gas down to $2 a gallon. That's the guy I want in office.
Oh, by the way, what about Donald Trump? Okay, he waits till it looks like a complete sure thing that Romney's going to be the guy. Now, get this. Romney dogged Trump. Who was loyal to Trump? Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich was willing to go to his debate. No matter what.
I'm sure.
Right? So he dogs Newt and supports Romney. And now it's like, oops, Santorum. Who's Santorum? So now Trump is blasting Santorum. So for that, we add Donald Trump to the jackwagon status. And I like Trump, but this is a bunch of poppycock. That was sung by
The Sesame Street
Donald
Muppets.
Trump's Sesame Muppets.
You're
sensible
You're
Don.
fired. You're fired.
You know, isn't that funny? Trump is such a front runner.
Why would
You know what I'm saying? He's such a front runner.
In his mind, yeah.
And he talks, like today on the radio yesterday, he's going, I know everybody on both sides. You know, I know everybody in the Republicans. And I know everybody in the Democrats. And you know for a fact that a lot of those old school New Yorkers, they got to hate Trump. They're looking at him as nouveau rich blowhard, you know. They're thinking, oh, what a blowhard Trump is. He's not really rich.
Grandstanding.
We are rich. We're worth billions. He's got only a mere billion. You know, so they can't stand the guy. But I mean, I get a kick out of Trump sometimes. But he's such a blowhard.
Yes.
You're fired. Fired Cheryl Teagues. You know what? I like to sue him for wrongful firing. I'm going to represent Cheryl Teagues for wrongful discharge.
How do you fire Cheryl Teagues?
Not wrongful discharge like a woman's wrongful discharge.
No, wait a minute.
I'm talking about being fired wrongful
You could have
discharge.
stopped early on that one.
Cheryl
Hit the
Teagues.
rewind button.
How dare he fire Cheryl Teagues?
You keep her just to look at.
Fishnet, baby.
I was like,
Fishnet.
You sit right here, baby. You will not be
Here,
fired.
Cheryl, put on a fishnet and come host our show with us.
Anytime you want. Anytime.
When we come back, radio superbity. I'm going to comment on the world news, Don. We have some important world news commentary
Something
to do.
happened in the world?
Something happened in the world.
Oh, sounds good to me.
Lions are doing it in the Great Sahara on Real Talk 1160.
Hey, don't forget, the Other Guys Sports Show now has their own Facebook page filled with articles, videos, questions, and a whole lot more. Just go to facebook.com/otherguys on 1160 or find the link at realtalk1160.com. And now back to the Bulldog.
Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160. Sensible Don, do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, Sensible Don Lewis. Look me up anytime, day or night.
I have a Facebook page as well. I got a lot of Facebook pages, actually.
Yeah, you do.
Too many of them. I forgot to mention this about the gas prices. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe I forgot this. This is from the Enquirer this morning. The average price of a gallon of unleaded gasoline rose Sunday to $3.30 in Southwest Ohio, according to the data from the Oil Price Information Service. That's the OPIS.
And meaning what?
That's up 8.2% from a year ago and an all-time high for this time of year. The average price in Northern Kentucky, which has been near or above $3.50 for 2 weeks, was $3.48, or 10.8% higher than 2011. Both local averages were below the national average of 3.54. By Monday afternoon, benchmark March crude was up 202 to 105 per barrel. Thank you, Prince of Saudi Arabia, who told us he wouldn't let it go above $100 a barrel.
Another politician.
He's a lying SOB. The Iranian situation brought many predictions over the weekend that U.S. gas prices would hit $5 a gallon this summer. But one of the most respected oil analysts, Tom Closa, of the OPIS, called these predictions nonsense. Sensible Don, gas is going up.
Right, and we'll continue.
And you know what? Does the media say, Obama, 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 what are you doing about it? No. Did they do that to Bush? Yes.
George's fault, right?
It's all George's fault with gas prices up. Not little Barack. Michelle's got to go skiing. It has nothing to do with our Barack.
Well, you got to blame Great Britain, too, because they decided they weren't going to buy the oil from Iran, and now Iran says, we're not going to sell it to you. So now all the speculation is what's causing it.
It's kind of like, you're fired. Oh, I quit.
I quit. You
Yeah,
can't fire
right.
me. I quit.
But the speculation of that little tit for tat is what's causing the prices
You
to go
can't
up
say
as well.
that word on the radio, TC.
Tat.
We've been telling you that.
I'm sorry.
I mean, come on. Don't you listen to George Carlin?
So we can't say tat on radio anymore?
Yeah, gas prices. gas prices, man, that hits the little guy more than anything else. But you know what it is? All those people paying $4 for gas that are on Section 8 housing, getting their food stamps, their Medicare, Social Security says, that's all right. Barack's going to start issuing gas vouchers.
I want to be in line for that.
Oh, my God. I hate our president.
Oh, wow.
Thank God it's a free country and we can say we hate our president. Work till you drop. There was also a story in the Inquirer about many keeping their jobs at 70 or beyond. I don't see this as a bad thing, Don.
No, I will be there.
I call it being productive. Now, if you earn enough to where you don't have to work till you drop, fine.
Sounds good.
Otherwise, work till you drop. Because I pointed out, if you look back at any society back in the day, and I use the Indians as an example, the elderly had jobs, the youngsters had jobs, everybody contributed to, and you know what? That's a good thing. It makes everybody feel better about themselves. Everybody's contributed. Now in America, we got, well, what do you do? Well, I don't do nothing.
Right.
I get my food stamps. I got Social Security disability because I'm stressed. I got, let me see, Medicare. If I need somebody to go down to Medicare. This apartment right here, Section 8 housing. I eat my Captain Crunch like Bulldog tells me, and I don't have to pay for it. So, hey, I don't worry about gas. I just walk.
I get free cheese.
I get free cheese.
Turkey at Thanksgiving.
Free turkey. My kids get free meals. Free meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at school now.
And on the weekend, they
free
send
education, public education. Why the hell do I need to work? I get everything for free. I want to thank America for giving me everything free.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The foods at work, thank you very much.
The sad state of it is this parody is the truth.
It's an absolute fact.
Which makes it not a parody.
It makes it true.
In world news, you know what? I want Israel to bomb Iran.
They will.
Now, I find it very interesting, and my guess is the United States wants them to, because why would we sell them
the bunker
busters, you know?
The improved bunker
However,
busters.
let's assume for a minute that we don't really want them to bomb Iran, okay? Now, if that's the case, we got to find that. Oh my God, we got to find that song to the Beach Boys music. It was the parody.
Bomb Iran.
Bomb Iran. Find that. I don't
know if we can. Well, look for it. We might be able to use that. That might be licensed to another.
Oh, really?
Company. I'll check.
Okay.
We'll see. But
anyway,
the rules
bomb Iran. Hell with the rules. Anyway, bottom line is that, you know what? If that's the case, guess what? Our president has made Israel and Netanyahu feel isolated. So isn't that going to make Israel a little bit more jumpy and a little more trigger happy if they feel isolated and alone versus having a strong partner there with the U.S. saying, don't worry about it. We got your back. You know, Israel feels alone right now.
We got to win this right now. We have no help.
And they went through something called the Holocaust, and I guarantee you they don't want a Holocaust from a nuclear bomb hitting them.
I don't think they will.
And what does it say about China and Russia that they support Iran and Syria? Yet we got to kiss the Chinese butt because of our treasury bonds.
Chinese bought them.
Meanwhile, in Greece, they did yet another plan to save Greece. So the stock market's going to go up. Ooh. Now take this, Egypt and Obama. Remember Hillary and her aides. We have to intervene in Egypt. We got to intervene in Libya. I'm going to read from the USA Today. Mohammed Zaria spent years under the dictatorship of Mubarak, helping to win the freedom of members of the Muslim Brotherhood jailed for their political beliefs. He was an activist. He was in the square cheering on him. Now he's no longer cheering. The newly politically empowered Muslim Brotherhood, the Islamic organization that supports religious law and opposes Western influence, has supported a crackdown on those who disagree with them, including the very activists who helped get them elected.
Be careful, people.
Now, I want to tell you something. We're now worse off in Egypt. Mubarak was at least our friend.
Absolutely.
God. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, I know you share my frustration. It's incredible. We elect dumbasses to office. Barack Obama is like a little schoolboy lost in the high weeds looking for the ball. And he can't find the ball. Kathleen Parker wrote a column. I got to jackwagon her up. Well, I already did jackwagon her up. This was the title. Civility must come from within. And what Kathleen Parker's talking about is We need a more civil society. We need to be more civil to each other. You know what civility means? It means she wants us to be sheep for shepherds who are fools. Barack Obama, we need to calm down the political discourse. We need the rancor is just getting too loud in this country. So we're supposed to not escalate it. We're not supposed to raise our voices in protest. We're not supposed to armed gather in Washington, D.C. No, we're supposed to have $16 trillion in climate. Reminds me of that Johnny Cash, 6 foot high and rising, 7 foot high and rising. We got $16 trillion in debt. $16 trillion in debt. And he says, I want $1.3 trillion more in debt. Here is a budget deficit of $1.3 trillion. And we're supposed to all sit back and be civil about it. Be civil about it. Be civil about it. I am getting sick and damn tired about it, Sensible Don. We need to be raising hell in this country. We don't need a peaceful tea party. We need an angry tea party.
Agreed.
Well, by the way, where is the tea party been?
They had not.
Oh, well, then they're like AWOL. They're like, well, we won the House. Let's sit back. Hey, if you're a member of the Tea Party, get off your ass.
They
raise some hell.
Give them time. They're coming. Give them time. Michael Savage said something that I thought was really interesting.
He always says something pretty interesting.
Liberalism is a mental disorder.
It is a mental disorder. Do we have that song about Iran? Do we have it? This is one of my favorite songs. Yeah, baby! Bomb Iran! Yeah, go, Israel, go! Only on Real Talk 1160, where we got the guts to say, you go for it, Israel. Bulldog Nation will be there, even if Barack Obama's not.
I will show.
Yeah, I love it. We got to send this to Israel. Full licensing rights to Israel. I love it. Having fun. When we come back, I got some more regulations to report to you on Real Talk 1160. Holla. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Real Talk 1160, the only station where you will get a one talk show host that advocates inbreeding between liberals and conservatives, and another that says, let's take up arms.
Inbreeding. Let's go.
We should keep our arms.
Yes.
We'd have nothing to do with our sleeves if we didn't keep our arms.
That's a bad joke, TC.
Very bad, very bad.
I don't get Mardi Gras. Do you know I've never been to a Mardi Gras party, a Mardi Gras parade, or anything like that? I don't get it.
Why don't you?
I don't get it. I think it's weird, too. Like those Mardi Gras parades, they all have weird big head stuff and everything else.
Hey, it's a reason to party in the middle of winter.
Now I'm going to eat some Captain Crunch while Weird Al Yankovic Fats played. I'm just teasing. I'm not going to eat it in the studio.
How about
this? This is Weird Al.
For Fat Tuesday? Now, what are we supposed to be eating for Fat Tuesday? Beignets?
Pancakes.
Pancakes?
With butter and syrup.
Red beans and rice?
No, that's not fat enough.
Oh.
Cheeseburgers. Fried French fries.
Fried butter sandwiches?
Hot fudge cakes.
Ooh, frishes.
A dozen cookies from Cervati's.
Oh. That sounds good.
Conies. Snappy tomato pizza. Montgomery and ribs.
Baby.
And the Grandview Tavern's great food.
And wash it down.
I gotta find out all my other restaurants here.
Get your list before
I gotta get my list here before I get in trouble.
While you do that, we can do our celebrity endorsement.
Do your celebrity endorsement.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Hi. This is actor, wife, and mother Sarah Jessica Parker, and I just love green water. I give it to my children and my husband. Make sure you ask your grocer for green water, available at Queen Kick.
Jessica.
Okay. That was, yeah.
I think she's, never mind.
A thyroid issue, I think.
According to Wall Street Journal, sensible Don.
I'm listening. But
While many Americans may not realize it, the Fed has taken on a much larger regulatory role than any time in history. Since the Dodd-Frank financial overhaul became law July 2010, the Fed has held 47 separate votes on financial regulations, and scores more are coming.
and it makes what kind of sense?
Armed gathering in D.C.
It never happened.
By the way, coming up, I'm going to discuss this in detail. You're going to find my take on my armed gathering very interesting.
Before you get to that, I just want to throw something in that supports what you just said there.
Okay.
Over the weekend, we interviewed Jim Waters. He had an article in the Journal News, and he was talking about regulations on the telecommunications industry in Kentucky and how that's limiting jobs and keeping some of the businesses from expanding. And it's cutting down on the quality of service. And that's across the board. It's the same thing with the banking
Every
industry.
level. Level.
When you put the restrictions, less people can do stuff.
Local, state, federal. It's regulatory. More law firms are opening up law offices in D.C. because of federal regulations. I rest my case. Do you think that's a good thing for the economy? More lawyers involved in regulations? Because the lawyers are jackwagons.
Somebody got to pay the lawyers off.
The latest National Gallup poll, Santorum 36, Romney 26.
10 points. National.
And we don't know why, because even Romney's supporters are recognizing him as a sissy. Let it be written down. Let it be written down. We're going to do it right now. We're going to be right down that the Bulldog said it first. Romney is a sissy, and that's why he's going to lose. I get Oracle status for coming up with that.
The nominee?
Yeah, because Romney is a sissy. By the way, Barack's a sissy too.
But they got the money.
This brokered convention. BS. Why? If you didn't have the guts to go through the meat grinder of an election, I don't want you. Governor Christie, sissy, fat sissy,
Chunky.
but sissy. Mitch Daniels from Indiana, sissy, skinny, little short sissy, but sissy. They're all sissies. Bobby Jindal,
real sissy.
sissy. Might be from Indian descent, but he's still a sissy.
You can be a sissy in India.
Does that make him an Indonessi?
Yes, he's an indecissy. January's fundraising. Romney drops in Santorum as his best month at $4.5 million. Now, Romney raised $6 million, but it was still down. Why? Sissy! Even Ann Coulter's recognizing it. Man, I decided I was going to back a sissy. Britt Hume, now let me tell you what, he's a big jackwagon. We already jackwagon him. Listen to this. Santorum is up 10 points nationally, up in Michigan, closing the gap in Arizona. On Bill O'Reilly last night, this is what he has to say. Romney is winning in Arizona. He doesn't comment that his lead has crashed. And then relative to Michigan, he goes, Romney will probably win Michigan. Not that, in other words, he doesn't use the same standard in Arizona as he does in Michigan about who's winning.
It won't work.
Britt Hume, this is so funny. Britt Hume is the news director of Fox News, the political news director. He couldn't carry my lunchbox when it comes to politics. And let me just tell you something about that, folks. Those of you that think, Bulldog, you're getting a little arrogant, a little cocky here. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, guess what? I am capable of staying up on what's going on in this world by reading the Wall Street Journal. Hey, I got a question. Do you think that Britt Hume's Wall Street Journal and New York Times is different than mine? Hell no. Britt Hume has never been involved in politics. He didn't run for office. He wasn't a 4th congressional chairman. He didn't run a statewide race. Don't give me this crap. I mean, everybody, these people in the national media and these people in national politics act like that they're better than everybody else.
Yeah, but he stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Oh, shoot, he stayed at a Holiday Inn.
You just popped the thing out, so I continue to talk about Britt Hume.
You believe I keep doing that? Keep talking about Britt Hume.
You get so excited.
He looks like a member of the Monsters anyway. The Monsters show. Doesn't Britt Hume look like he could have been in the Monsters? Go ahead. The Monsters, I mean. The Monsters. He looks like a monster. Go ahead.
What do you want me to say?
Well, I'll just keep on going.
Wait, I got to be careful because I can't laugh too much, even though you
That's right. You're going to get in trouble for laughing.
I can't.
Just to let everybody know, we've got the only sidekick in America. He gets in trouble for laughing too much. Calm down.
I try my best. I come.
You know
in
why
calm.
you laugh so much, don't you? Because I'm so funny.
When you walk through the door to Captain Crunch, I start laughing this morning. I said, what is up with this guy?
All right, Rick Santorum, prenatal testing. You know what I like about Rick Santorum? When they come after him, he goes, "Yeah, I said that. Why?" He's not like Mitt Romney going, "Oh, Mr. Sissy."
Yeah, I said it.
Okay,
Why?
prenatal care. He's right. There's no problem with prenatal care. Prenatal testing is to show deformities. It encourages abortion. And regardless of your position, it's not the government's place for taxpayer funds to go to things for abortion.
I agree with you 100%. Government money should not pay for any abortion for whatever reason.
Now, can't you also use a prenatal testing as a preventive?
Preventative of what?
I don't know. Maybe you catch something early on. There might be something you can do. It might be a good thing. You know?
Yes. I'm not against prenatal testing. I'm against federal government taxpayers paying for prenatal testing that leads to more abortions.
If you want prenatal testing, go get it. I have no problem with that. But Bulldog should not have to pay that for with his tax money.
I'm just getting revved up. I'm leading up to the armed march. Real unemployment. The CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, is now saying real unemployment is 15%. Now, the henchmen of Barack Obama know that they have to get that unemployment number down below 8. No matter how they do it, no matter how they make it up, no matter how they apply it. Guess what? Those people that are no longer working for work the last 4 weeks, they're not counted anymore. Then we have all these people that, I'm not kidding you, Sensible Don, $200 billion a year now is going to people on disability. They're getting disability for being stressed out because they can't find a job. So they go from unemployment to Social Security disability. What's your problem? I'm stressed out. Well, aren't we all stressed out? Good golly. If there's anybody in America, listen to me. I'm ready to have a mental breakdown over our country falling apart. I need Social Security disability. We could take one of my shows and send it to Social Security and say, listen to this guy. He is stressed out. He needs Social Security disability. So really, 15% of America isn't working, and they say, oh, we're down 8.3%. And if one more of these hounds in the media, like Juan Williams, says, well, the economy is proving. Let me tell it to you straight, buddy. Unemployment is really 15%. Nobody that really needs a loan can get a loan. Talk to a banker, Wani boy. And then let me tell you something else. The reality is when you submit a budget deficit of $1.3 trillion, when we're up to $16 trillion already and counting, and the president's own budget says we're going to be $27 trillion in debt in 10 years, and you say that I am crazy for wanting an armed gathering in Washington? Let me tell you something, America. If you are somebody who thinks I'm nuts, well, you are nothing but a little timid sheep, because you know what? They got you under control. If somebody in your family's working and they got health care and they got benefits, and the stock market going up today, Bulldog, because we saved Greece again, and it keeps going and going and going. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all a bunch of crap, because the reality, America is going off a cliff. And unlike you, America, I want to save it before it goes off the cliff.
Don't save it of America. Is he wrapped up?
More when we come back.
Don't forget, the other guys are on this afternoon, 5 to 7 on Real Talk 1160. And now back to the Bulldog.
Eric Deters, the Bulldog. We paused the rant for a musical accompaniment. 20% skill. Power of will. I'm smarter than Brit Hume any day of the week.
Is that a challenge
and
for a
he's
debate?
ahead. I challenge Brit Hume to a national debate. I challenge anybody on national debate. I'll take on any of them. Give me O'Reilly. The only one I won't debate because I agree with me. He and I would be a good tag team is Rush.
That imaginary friend of yours again.
All right.
That guy doesn't exist.
You ready for our music?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that music.
We're going to do this for Mardi Gras. I'm basically doing this so Chuck Holbrook stops texting me. He keeps telling me to play Mardi Gras music. This is Louis Armstrong. Of course, Sensible Don picked Louis.
Oh, absolutely. That's my man.
Oh, yeah.
Serious music.
This This is too slow of a version. I think Chuck was right.
No, this is how you do it. You're doing
you don't have
in
no
Bourbon
fast
Street doing the
jam.
sucker
So would
roll.
you- Oh, yes.
No, tell them about the sucker roll. You
Yeah,
know, this is it.
Hey, don't you know how to do it?
Eating Saturans.
Check it out.
Look, there it is. Do it. Do it. That's how they do it down in
Captured on video cam. Good golly, give me some rap music.
One of the greatest entertainers ever
And I
lived.
like Louis.
Oh, great entertainer. Yes.
You know, it's amazing. The media, they just still want Obama. What does that say about the media when they still want Obama?
He's working for them.
They don't like Republicans.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, true story. I sent out my armed march to over 500 national, regional, local news outlets. Not one in the entire country called me or emailed me back. Not even cable news, not even Fox. They're all cowards. You know why?
Why?
You know why?
Why?
It scares the hell out of
Yes,
them.
it does.
The idea that somebody is willing to have the guts to advocate an armed gathering in Washington. And you know what cracks me up? Fox News and all of them, see? They're like, even Fox News is like, well, we don't want to go over to the extremists. Extremists. They just want to keep reporting it. I'm getting sick and tired of O'Reilly and his rants. Nobody's looking out for us. Nobody's looking. Well, guess what, Bill? Why don't you support an armed march on Washington? Ooh, can't do that. We got advertiser dollars
Thank you
to
very
worry
much.
about it.
They live in
Bill
high country.
O'Reilly, Mr. Tough 6'5" Irishman from New York. O'Reilly, you're a coward.
Goodness.
He is. He's a coward.
You look for a fight any place you
I
can find
want
it,
to
don't
fight. I want to debate.
you? Come on, anybody, please fight me.
Now, let me explain what I did yesterday. Oh, by the way, we're resending it out again this morning to everybody. And you know what it's going to say? I'm not kidding you. We say this. We said, we sent this to you yesterday and didn't get a response. Wondered why. Now let me I'm going to read this because I want to make sure I get this right. First, I truly, honestly support one and would lead an armed gathering in Washington. Second, I know it's not going to happen.
Thank you.
Yet. Why? The sheep are all placated right now. Third, I also wanted to make a point. As bad as it is, America still isn't ready to fight and die for. It's pretty sad. Also, I knew the media would be scared of my call to arms. I've now marked them. Not one media outlet in the country called or emailed me about it. Not one. Now, I did receive about a dozen replies from friends and fans who are ready to go. God love them. Now, I've been calling for this for years. People think that I just came up with this idea. No. I've been calling for this on the radio, and I got documentary proof on radio for years. Yesterday, I articulated in writing, what you saw go out was my first draft. I didn't even work on it. That's what I wrote down, first draft. And I'm talking all major media outlets, the AP, Times, New York Times, cable, network, print, you name it. Not one of them. Not even, none of them are even able to say, this guy's a nut job.
You know what? Having worked in TV news, I can tell you that's exactly what they're saying. This guy's a nut job.
Okay.
Circular file.
Let me explain that. I'm glad you brought that up because I want to read this. I am an American. I'm a farm boy, middle child of 11 children whose 82-year-old parents are still productive citizens. I believe in hard work. I'm married. I'm a lawyer, businessman, 48 years old, talk show host, well-educated and well-read. I can debate anyone in history, political science, and current events. You can go to ericdeters.com, thebulldognation.com, or Google my name and learn more than what you want. I'm bold. I'm a fighter. I'm a registered independent voter who's been involved in both political parties. I'm libertarian and conservative. I'm no extreme radical. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not un-American. To the contrary, I love America so much I'm willing to die for her. I believe America was built on three pillars: God, Constitution, and capitalism. And all three are under attack. Now, is that a radical?
You sound like the Freeman.
And I want to say this. If supporting God, the Constitution, and capitalism is radical, then I am a radical.
We the support of those things are fine, but you're talking about an armed march on our government.
No,
which we
an
voted
armed gathering. An armed gathering.
Same thing.
Hey, Sensible Don, I'm gonna read this to you.
I'm listening.
This is from your favorite president, Thomas Jefferson.
He's one of my favorites.
The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. It is its natural manure. From Ron Paul. We slipped away from a true republic. Now we're slipping into a fascist system where it's a combination of government and big business and authoritarian rule and suppression of the individual rights of each and every American citizen. What I'm saying on this radio, Sensible Don, people know and people realize it. Nobody's got the guts to say it.
And the thing about it, it's
not going to change. Sensible Don, in 2008, let me finish this and you can respond. In 2008, we had John Boehner crying on the House floor, and everybody said, it's all going to collapse. It's all going to collapse. We had Hank Paulson saying, you will take this stimulus, you big banks. You will do this. 2008, what have we learned? Well, let me guess. Trillions and trillions of dollars later, and a $1.3 trillion budget deficit submitted by our president, we haven't learned anything. So you know what that means, Sensible Don? That means the political process in this country is not going to save America. So there's two choices we have in America. All those people that want to line up and be sheep and let the political process have its way, or people like me with the guts to say, no, 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 no. We love America so much. We're not going to sit on the sidelines and let a corrupt political process bring her down.
And the thing about it, the corrupt political process could be put in check by the people paying attention and voting in this country. That is the only way you can save this country.
No, you can save the country with an armed gathering in Washington.
It would destroy this country because there were people that disagree with that have guns also. Can you say civil war?
Let's have a civil war.
No, we don't want that. Now, no.
You know what? Hey, let me tell you what, we're going to have a civil war. We're going to have a civil war. You know what the civil war is? Those that are working and those aren't working.
That's exactly right.
We are evenly divided, just like half slave, half free. Right. We are evenly divided. Right. Half workers, half non-workers. Guess what, Sensible Don? I don't want to keep paying for all the freeloaders.
It's not a fair war.
I don't want to keep it. And you know what? I find it insulting. That half the people in this country think they can sit on their ass and expect my tax dollars to take care of it.
Agreed. The vote would fix that also.
The vote. A vote which is funded by super PACs. A vote that is controlled by negative campaign ads. Funded by super PACs. Let me tell you something. We have a president that says he needs to raise $1 billion to try to stay in office. That is, I wish I could drop the F-bomb, but I can't. That is messed up.
Yes, it is.
That is messed up.
But somebody will give him the big.
So we're going to sit back and let that happen in our country.
Yes. That's how it works.
I got a prediction, Don, because I know nobody's going to do the armed gathering in Washington because there's not enough crazy people like me to do it. But let me tell you something, Sensible Don. It will come. It is going to come. The problem is, Don, it's probably going to come when America's already gone off the cliff like Greece.
Absolutely.
As opposed to doing it now and stopping it. Because let me tell you what, Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell and John Boehner and Barack Obama and Jay Carney, they're spineless wimps. They are wimps. And you know what they fear? They don't fear the little sheep like you and TC and all the other sheep like you out there that are chicken. They fear lions like me.
Absolutely.
And you know what? If there's not enough lions in this country to save America, then America is going off the cliff. And those people that think, Bulldog's lost it, it's not that dire. I still have my job. Guess what's going to happen to you, dumbass, when we get to $27 trillion in debt? We're off the cliff.
We're off the cliff now.
So do we have to wait 10 years for $27 trillion? Well, heck, we're not going to have to wait that long. We're going to add $1.3 trillion next year.
Right now. It's here now.
And everybody just, I got my job, Bulldog. Well, guess what happens when hyperinflation hits you?
The majority's still eating.
What happens when China starts dumping our treasury bonds?
They still got gas money.
They're not going to have gas money when that happens.
They still eat. As long as they still eating, they got gas money.
I'm for Ron Paul now. Hell with Santorum. On Real Talk 1160.
Good.
Eric Deters, the Bulldog, on Real Talk 1160.
I made up my mind. I like Sheila Gray.
I've made up my mind. America's filled with sheep.
They eating and making money.
One thing's for sure: if you led that armed march on Washington,
it's not an armed march on Washington. We're going to gather there. We're not going to march there.
Okay, just going to gather there with your arms.
With my arms.
Sensible Don and Alex will be doing the morning show.
Thank you very much.
I don't care. By the way, I've already.
You'll be like Crispus Attucks. By the way, first bullet.
By the way, I want to share. Yeah, they take down the leader.
That's right.
I'll be like Spartacus.
That's what the talk is.
They're going to put me up on a cross, and they'll say, "Who's Spartacus? I am Spartacus." And every member of Bulldog Nation will step forward and say, "I am Bulldog. I am Bulldog."
Now wait. Now see,
here's hilarious. Remember Spartacus movie? Yeah. I am Spartacus. Everybody will step forward. I am Bulldog. I am Bulldog.
But again, the problem is, if you take the first bullet, there's no sequel. There's no sequel.
I am Bulldog. I am Bulldog. Which one of you's Bulldog? I am Bulldog.
They only made one Bulldog movie. He died at the end.
Hey, I want to tell you something. All laughing aside, I would rather lead an armed revolution in this country than do talk radio.
Oh, come on.
Oh, dude. Well, listen, why don't you run over to take your armed group over to Iran and get cheaper gas for us?
Don't you read history, Don?
Yes, I know history.
Our lives are short, Don. If you are called to lead something great, you have to take up that cause. I have been called to lead an armed revolution in this country.
All right, John
By
Brown.
my country.
All right,
when
John
did they
Brown.
call? I didn't get that
My
call.
country.
Like I said, all right, John Brown.
Jim Brown.
John Brown. Lead on.
I'm not going to kill people with machetes. How dare you compare me to John Brown?
John Brown had no machetes. He had muskets.
No. John Brown machete people to death. Learn your history.
I learned about history. John Brown had...
I'm no John Brown. I am the Bulldog.
They arrested him. He was taking...
No, I'm the Bulldog. I'm the Bulldog. Maybe everybody will shave their head and grow a goatee in solidarity with me.
I can see that coming. Oh.
No, I think everyone's going to be like, no, don't mistake me for him. That's him over there.
I just want you to know that you know what? In response to my email, I have 12 followers ready to go with me. I have 12 and counting. You know what? We're going to add one at a time, and we will have 10,000. But right now, I got 12.
You can pick him up on the way, right?
Hey, guess who? Don't say his name. Look who just texted me. I love you, Bulldog Nation. Remember Tom?
You got to know.
Don't say his name.
I'm not going to say his name. He just sent me, I'm Bulldog. He goes, I'm Bulldog. Seriously, I got 12 guys. I got Bulldog Nation, Nobody Likes Me. Right. Bulldog Nation, Keith. Chuck will go.
Yeah, Chuck will go.
I don't have a choice.
I don't have all that.
Like John Brown's sons had no choice. Come on,
I got 12. I'm not kidding you. I only got 12 soldiers so far. I only got 12.
Well, see, now you know that if you get Chuck to go, you might be okay because you say, look, Chuck, I need you to die for me here because I got to do the radio show tomorrow.
I will not. I will step forward. I'm like Washington. I lead from the front. I don't lead from the back. I'm like Alexander the Great. I will lead from the front, not the back. I am Bulldog.
You're going to miss opening day if you do this.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't worry about it. I take care of whiskey. Don't worry about it. I got whiskey.
How about that Johnny Cueto, huh?
You know what? I want to tell you. I thank God that our station manager and our station owner are pretty good conservatives.
I hope so.
Yinger and Schloy love my ideas.
Well, yeah.
They do.
But did they say they was going?
They haven't pulled me off the air yet.
That note's on the way.
It's kind of like getting an endorsement from
Although I want to tell you, looking at Schloy ain't going to Washington.
Nah.
Schloy ain't going to go to Washington.
He lives a charmed life. He's not giving that up.
No, wait a minute. I got a text. We got 13 now. Look who it is. Don't say his name.
Why don't these people call in?
Look.
Call 513-579-1160.
We have now 13 soldiers. We need more.
We have 13 open lines. Call us.
Now listen, I have two quotes to summarize. Here, zoom in on this on the video cast. This is Obama's plan and Bulldog's plan. This is the quote I chose for Obama. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Lord Acton. And Obama says, be a lamb. This is the quote from Bulldog. All that is necessary for evil to triumph is good men do nothing. Edmund Burke, be a lion. Now, I got to ask you a question, Don.
I'm listening.
Is there a whole hell of a lot of evil going on in Washington, D.C.?
Yes, there is. That needs to stop.
So what should good people do?
Vote. How many times can
There
I
you
say
go.
that? We
Vote.
have the vote. As
The
long as we have the
vote.
vote, I will never be part of the revolt as long as we have the vote. The dummy people who refuse to participate.
You're a coward.
They refuse to participate in government.
You're a coward, sidekick.
They refuse to participate in the government, and they suffer what they get. They voted for nothing, they get nothing.
Oh, my God. The revolution is building. I'm getting more texts.
Here they come.
People, Jim from Verona says, I am Bulldog. We got 14. Bulldog member Ryan says, he's with me.
Yeah.
Our numbers are up to 16 in county.
By the time you get
Let's
to
see,
Washington, you have to
16
win.
against the
What do you-
Pentagon.
what do
You
you
guys
think-
have a shot.
What do you
Yeah.
think the odds of the Secret Service monitoring me now?
The odds are very, very high.
Nah.
And the thing about
If they're listening to us on Facebook, you never know.
TC's and our name is on the Secret Service list because of you.
That's right.
Because of you.
Are you all ready to get audited?
I'm looking for my taxes to be honest, and they be sitting outside the house. What I do, guy? Why is this big fat SUV sitting outside my house?
Sensible Don, we understand that you are the sidekick of this guy named Bulldog.
And I ain't going to Washington. I'm going to the polling place. That's where I'm
Polling
going.
place.
That's it.
Let's talk about the polling place.
Fight with your vote.
Super PACs funded by special interest groups. In fact, they pointed out in the Wall Street Journal this morning that all the money coming to campaigns are all coming through super PACs. Hell, we have one rich dude from Wyoming who's funding Santorum. We got another rich dude who's funding Newt Gingrich. I mean, come on.
When you think about it, Bulldog,
It's all
they're still
corrupt.
in.
yes,
That's why
it's
they're
all
still in
corrupt.
the game.
But how many of those people corrupt your mind? You think for yourself.
I
Why
think
do you-
for myself.
Why do you not think
Nobody
that-
corrupts my
Thank you
mind.
very much. Why you
Except Patrick Henry. Patrick Henry has corrupted my mind. And those of you that think I'm crazy, listen to what they said about Patrick Henry.
But he had a reason.
I love Patrick Henry. Peace, peace. You want peace, Don. You
Yes.
cried peace.
No.
There's no peace.
Thank you.
$13 of us. Why do you stand here idle?
I'm going to support you.
What do you wish? What would you have, Don? No, it's not.
No, it's not. Liberty or give me death. I agree.
I'll take a cheese coney.
By the way, our station manager, Jamie Schloy, is proud to go with me. And you know what? He just said something which I've been trying to emphasize. We have the illusion of choice. See, the money with the negative campaign ads and the commercials, they make you think that, okay, I'm voting for this guy, but they influence you through all the advertising, and the money funds it, and it gives you, like Jamie says, an illusion of choice.
No, it's your job as a voter to find out what you want to know and who you want to know it about. It is
Now
not
watch
that
it.
guy's job to
Hey,
tell
you already changed your mind now that we know that Jamie Schloy is going to Washington with me?
I'm going to drive him.
Oh, see, he's going now. He's going now.
Because I know he'll be in a limousine.
I'm going to drive a John Deere tractor there as a symbol and symbolic gesture.
Okay, if you and Jamie both go to Washington, that means Sensible Don gets the morning show and I get Jamie's office.
Sounds good.
Do you believe this? I mean, I'm going to send out that email again.
Again?
And those of you that wondering what it is, I know you're saying because you missed the show yesterday. When we come back after this break, I'm going to read to you my statement of what we need to do. And you tell me if I'm crazy or not. Oh, by the way, I got to comment on this. The New York Times editorial, David Brooks, says more than half of the births of women under 30 are outside of marriage. Okay, think about that. Half of the births of women under 30 are outside of marriage. And he says it's a good thing because people are individuals and they want their freedom to do that.
Nah,
and I'm
he's a
saying,
nut.
what a nut. Let me tell you,
He
my
is.
daughter had a child out of wedlock. And if it wasn't for me, my wife, and all these other people that love and support her and help her, it would be a disaster.
It's a
Having
choice.
a child out of a wet is not the way to
It's
do
a
it.
choice.
And this guy from
They
New
make-
York Times is acting like, oh,
Yeah.
it's freedom. And
That's right.
Is America
Freedom.
that selfish?
You got
Is
that right.
America that
I agree
selfish
with-
now?
I agree
There's
with
no
you.
freedom once you have a child. What's this man talking about?
Good golly.
I agree with it.
Hey, listen to this song.
Freedom.
The Bulldog is leading Bulldog Nation into the danger zone.
That's
You got to
true.
get your theme
The
song.
danger zone.
16 go in, none come out.
I'm having a blast.
That's a fact. 16 go in. No, come on. You got that right, TC. That game will
The
close.
danger zone.
On Real Talk 1160.
Me and Jamie will drive right back to Cincinnati.
Laura Ingram comes up at 9 o'clock this morning, followed by Michael Savage on Real Talk 1160. And now back to the Bulldog.
Joining the armed march or the armed gathering now, Ricky from Burlington, Godfather Bob from Aurora, a fan that says I sound crazy today.
Yes. I wonder why.
Now wait, Godfather Bob can't go. We need him to write Greenwater.
Jim from Verona says that you can run Sheepy Nation.
I got it. I got it.
Now, Ricky from Burlington had a great idea. Instead of driving a tractor, we ought to take the Ultimate Air Shuttle.
Go there and
Ultimate
trade.
Air Shuttle will fly us all in. Hey, how
Would they
about
go
if
to
we all,
Iran?
let's all parachute.
Do they fly to Iran?
Let's all parachute in.
Why don't you guys go in there and get cheaper
Hey.
gas for us? Go to Iran if you guys want to.
Let me state the case, okay, real quickly. Our national debt now exceeds $16 trillion. Is climbing. The president has submitted a budget with a $1.3 trillion deficit. The president and political parties, they don't want a balanced budget, cut spending in any manner. As our government grows more, as our world grows more dangerous, we've set a course of disarmament. We've become a country of two groups evenly divided, workers and non-workers. And I'm not talking about the non-workers who want to work and can't find a job. I feel for those people. Our tax code and tax rates are a fiscal disaster. We're over-regulated at every front. Obamacare, Dodd-Frank, on and on and on. The president does not follow or defend the Constitution. Remember, he says, if Congress doesn't act, I'm going to act. Scandal and dishonesties everywhere. Fast and Furious is Exhibit A. Super PACs and lobbyists corrupt our government. The president wants $1 billion. Absolute disregard for the American taxpayer. $400 million in gravel roads in Afghanistan. Solyndra as Exhibit A. We don't protect our borders. The continued extension of benefits which are not paid for encourages sloth and laziness. The unwillingness to set a course of energy independence. Here we are, gasoline's going up, and Obama will not approve the XL pipeline. I mean, it's incredible. The preference of too big to fail banks versus a strong community bank system. Now, you think that I am angry? I shouldn't be angry, and I shouldn't be ready to say it's time for an armed revolution in this country?
It's time to vote them out.
And by
Not
the way,
shoot 'em.
the height of hypocrisy, Obama and all our political leaders say, yes, let's see an armed revolt in Iraq. Let's see an armed revolt in Afghanistan. Let's see an armed revolt in Libya, Egypt, Iran, and Syria. They are not even near as dangerous to America as Barack Obama, Harry Reid, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, and John Boehner.
You signal out these politicians.
And
all
those,
of them are dangerous.
and those
to
of you
us.
that think that I'm just against Barack, no. I want all the leadership, Republican, Democrat, out of there.
I want all 500.
There's only a few heroes: Dement, Rand Paul, Ron Paul, Marco Rubio, Paul Ryan. They're the only ones that are trying to save America. But the problem is the political decks are stacked against
And
them.
it won't save America. I want all 535 plus one out of there. All of them.
By the way, here are some of the people that I sent this to. Barbara Walters, Stephanopoulos, Stossel, Nightline, Koppel. I mean, I'm talking about everybody in the news business in this country. Lou Dobbs. Come on, Lou. You got to respond, Lou. Come on, Lou.
You better watch it. That letter's going to be used against you at your competency hearing.
That's right. One day.
They're going to read that and oh no, get the jacket, the long sleeves, it ties in the back.
Judge, this lawyer is representing these people. Can you read this letter that he wrote to all the news media?
Got a nice padded cell for you here.
I said every word that I meant. I meant it, and I reinforce it.
Ice baths every day. Electroshock therapy.
$1 billion about that election. You got that right.
$1 billion to run for president of the United States.
It's called freedom. You need to be able to vote
Barack
for
Obama. Hey, how can you trust a guy? Barack Obama looks an archbishop in the eye. Oh, you don't have nothing to do. He lies to the face of an archbishop, now a cardinal. He reads from the Bible about... no, here's what it is. He read about the Bible about a lot is expected of those that are given a lot. How about this? He read from the Quran. I couldn't believe this. He read from the Quran talking about you should always be honest. Man, this guy is a lying jackwagon to an court. If you lie to an archbishop, you'll lie to the flock of the sheep of America.
That's a normal politician.
We've all lied in the confessional now, haven't we?
Confessional? Hell no, man. I've had the last rites, and I had to tell that priest everything I did. He was going,
that's because you thought you weren't going to get into heaven. That's different.
You're way
You
out
didn't
of
think
here.
you're going to be around
never
to suffer
lied
the
in a
consequences.
confessional. Never.
You told
I have
it all.
never lied to
You told it
confession.
all.
Heck yeah, I did. Well, you don't have to give them the details.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, you don't. You just got to say, I did X, Y, Z.
And if I was a priest on the son,
I'll bet you Steve Jarnicki has never committed a mortal sin.
I doubt it.
Are you kidding me?
No, I doubt it.
I bet you he hasn't even committed
He's
a
the
venial
voice
sin.
of Simon Kenton basketball.
I'll bet you he's not even sinned before.
Where's Steve?
Jarnicki, come to the window and nod yes or no if you've sinned.
They played last night. Did they
Jarnicki's like a Boy Scout. He's never sinned.
Oh, he's a good guy. We had to find out what Simon Kenton did last night.
Did they win? Come on, Jarnicki, come to the window. Jarnicki is the spirit.
He needs 7
By the way,
seconds.
if you've never seen Steve Jarnicki, he's about 6'5". Looks like George Clooney.
Handsome guy.
Has women all over the place.
That's right.
Played at
But
Ohio
he still
State, I
hasn't
think, didn't he?
sinned.
Played
And
at
he
Ohio
has-
State, didn't he?
He does
Yeah,
not.
almost went pro.
Yeah, almost went pro. I was going to be in the Olympics in the decathlon, but I missed the boat.
That's the only thing that kept you back was the boat.
I missed the boat.
I would have fooled you.
Well,
over.
couldn't you swim?
No, he can't.
I was running to the dock. Wait.
Bruce Jenner would have swam.
God, I couldn't get. Well, I wasn't going for the Olympics for swimming. I was going for the decathlon. If you knew anything about the decathlon, there's no swimming events in there.
But you would have been in the perfect physical condition to make that trek, is what I'm
Can
saying.
you
yeah, I probably could have
Can
swam
you
in the boat.
imagine-
Yeah, sure,
I
you
should have.
could have. Oh, now, yeah.
Wait, can you imagine him winning that and getting the gold medal and marrying a Kardashian? Can you imagine Bulldog
And then getting
a
your
Kardashian?
face stretched out.
But he looked good when he's on that
Did
box
Simon
of
Kenton
weenies.
win? Simon Kenton won, says Steve. Have you
They
ever
won?
sinned?
Yeah, all right.
Have you ever sinned? Jarnicki says no. Steve
Wait.
Jarnicki has never
Yeah,
sinned.
hold on. Yes, they won. No, you never sinned. What?
By the way, we haven't talked about this. We got to conclude our show with this. Tomorrow is Lent. It's Ash Wednesday. So everybody's going to be walking around with ashes on their forehead, at least us good Catholics. But I got to ask you this. What are you giving up for Lent, Don? I think I'm going to give up you, since you haven't supported my armed march. I'm going to give up Sensible Don
Well,
for Lent.
I'm already suffering from Lent. I have to give up Alex today. That's enough.
What are you giving up, TC?
Propofol. I learned my lesson. I saw Michael. I saw Whitney. I'm done with that stuff.
What can I give up?
What is that for you to
What
give
can
up?
I give up?
Talking about your wife on the radio?
No.
Can you give
By
up?
the way, she hasn't complained about me doing that, so I think
Well,
she
she
might
doesn't-
have warmed to the idea. Oh,
No,
by
she
the way,
doesn't like it.
This is funny. I'm driving the wife's car this morning. So on the way in, you know what I was thinking?
What?
Wreck it.
Nobody knows it's the Bulldog as he's violating these traffic rules. Now, my wife is driving my truck today. She has some things that she needs a truck, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't hope nobody's flipping her off when she's driving around today in the Bulldog truck.
Oh, now you see. I've seen this in a movie. I've seen this happen before. Unexpectedly, you two switch cars. Now, those people, the Secret Service or whoever they are that are after you,
That's right.
they're following the Bulldog's car, and they think you're in it.
It better not blow up today. Oh my
You
God!
better tell them to check underneath.
What if the truck blows up and they kill the wrong person?
No, don't do
Yeah,
that. Don't
see,
think
I've
that
seen
way.
that before. That's happened.
Don't think that way.
Oh my goodness! There's
You
no
better
doubt in
switch
my
cars
mind
back.
that Secret Service is now monitoring
No
me.
doubt about that. They say this man's losing it, and he has a microphone.
Hey! Secret Service, you have nothing to worry about because I'm out in the open. At least I'm not hiding in the shadows.
I would be. I don't want to take a bullet.
Sheep.
I'll be right behind you, Bulldog. Way behind
You know what I'm going to call you, Don Sensible Don? You're going to get the Larry Shelton nickname. You are hereby forever known as Don the Poodle Sensible Don.
Sounds good.
You're a sensible poodle. The sensible poodle Don Smith or Don Lewis.
If you want conversation and not a fight, talk to me.
Poodle.
There you go.
The Bulldog's a lion. Sensible Don's the poodle. I'm trying to think of what should I give up. You know, one time my family still makes fun of me. I gave up when I was a little kid. I don't know why. I didn't even know about the green M&Ms. You know what they say about green M&Ms?
Yes.
I gave up green M&Ms when I was like 7 years old. They still make fun of me.
It works.
I gave up green M&Ms.
So you'd open
when
the
I was
bag,
like
you'd all
7.
but the green ones.
Yes, and that was really the biggest sacrifice that I made, giving up green M&Ms.
We need Patty to call Browning or Smith & Wesson to get some advertising.
Hey, Patty, we got some tips for you.
Yes, sir,
Call every major gun company in the country
Ruger,
to
all those people.
have them endorse the Bulldog.
They say, oh, yeah, Henry's. Oh, yeah, we want that guy.
But
We
don't
like
call
them.
the bullet manufacturers.
The Bulldog's national program, sponsored by the NRA.
Because Henry sends you a rifle with a flag in it.
Well, I can tell you right now, I got to figure out what I want to
flag?
give up.
I'll tell you what you need to give up.
Cussing.
No,
I should give up cussing.
That won't work for you. Your rent. Give up your rent.
My rent?
Your rent.
My rant?
Yeah.
I can't give up my rant.
You gave it to 19, so why don't you just give it up?
What can I give up? I've already given up not eating in the studio.
That's terrible.
Every dog has their day. I hope tomorrow is yours. This has been Radio Superbity. Remain a lion. I will report tomorrow if any national media outlet has responded to my armed revolution idea. I don't think they're taking me serious enough.
17 in, 0
We
out.
have 16 and climbing.
16 in,
We
0
have
out.
16 soldiers on Real Talk 1160. I am Bulldog.